Shalom, Israel. This is Brother Amos with the Watchman for Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the brothers pushing this truth and strong sincerity. To the hopeful elect, keep grinding till the kingdom come, man. I want to do a quick Lamentations in 5 read. I was reading this earlier, and this is a clear indication of what we're going through to this day and what Jeremiah was going through during his captivity and so on and so forth. Because it's a saying that people used to say back in the day, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And that's a strong, evident case for Israel, man. We love to live in sin, but we don't know the repercussions of sin because the wages of sin is death. And I'm going to just go ahead and get into this. This is Lamentations chapter 5, verse 1. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. So our inheritance and our houses to aliens, that's talking about Amalek, who is over there in the land of Israel doing all types of abominations. And we should be over there living comfortably, free of all wickedness and all craziness and these other nations. In a sense, we should be in rulership over there. We are orphans and fatherless, our mothers as widows. So, speaking on America or Babylon the Great, our men are getting tossed to and fro and gunned down in the street by each other and by our oppressors. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. So we buy water at the stores. Nothing is free in America. You even got to pay for dreams. You know what I'm saying? So they're giving us purified water, which is really not pure at all. It's giving us diseases. We got to pay to keep our water on in our houses. And our wood is sold unto us, talking about our shelter. We have to pay for shelter. Back in the land of Israel, man, we built a home or had the heathen build us a home and we wouldn't have to pay for anything. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. They call this the land of opportunity, home of the free, home of the brave, however they say it. We are under constant persecution. They look at us, especially us brothers out here pushing these words. They're going to be persecuting us left and right. And we have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. So those who have ears to listen, throughout the scriptures, the Egyptians and the Assyrians are sometimes referred to, are the so-called Edomites today. They are referred to as them as well. You get deep into it. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne the iniquity. So we are our forefathers. They have sinned, meaning we sinned, and we're bearing the iniquities of our past sins. That's why we must repent for past sins, present sins, and future sins we may commit. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand. So we're waiting for Yahweh Shah to come put an end to America. We're waiting for him to come over here and destroy this place utterly so that the smoke reaches up to the third heaven, man. You know what I'm saying? We want the Most High to be satisfied with the destruction that's coming. We get our breads with the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness. This is tough out here, man. It's extremely tough. We out here trying to work for our families. We getting gunned down and killed by the sword of the wilderness. Look at Eric Gardner, man. He was selling loose cigarettes, even though he shouldn't have been selling cigarettes to his people. That wasn't meaning for this brother to get choked out in the street. It was no purpose for that. It's our oppressors slay us and hold themselves not guilty. That's pretty much what it goes down to. Zechariah 11:5. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. They ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the city of Judah. So that goes back to slavery times, and it's still going on today, man. They see a young woman they like, they take her from out of where she was staying, and they would ravish her. Whether it be in front of the family or whether it be where nobody sees, they ravish our women. These Edomites have no self-control over their own lusts, and the Most High put them over us for a purpose. I'll bring that verse out. Let me get that real quick. We'll come to this. Beckett. Let me get this verse. Salakia. Here you go. Let me see. There it is. Habakkuk 1 and 12. Shh. Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord my God, mine Holy One? We shall not die, O Lord. Thou hast ordained them for judgment. And, Almighty God, thou hast established them for correction. That's talking about these heathens that rule over us. He put these heathens here so we can correct ourselves and we can do better. We're getting judged to this day because we don't want to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments and keep the faith of the Most High and Yahweh Shai. We want to believe in things that we can see, stuff that is easily destroyed, man. All that money you brothers is worshiping, man, you can burn that money up and it has no value, man. But this kingdom to come and the faith, they can't take that away from you. As long as the Most High don't allow them to. Princes are hanged up by their hand, and faces of elders were not honored. They took the young men to grind, and the children fell under the wood. The elders have ceased from the gate, the young men, the muskets. The joy of heart is ceased. Our dance is turned into mourning. So, we used to be at so much peace and happiness. We could dance around, give praise all day long, have no worries. But our dance is turned into mourning, so we cry day in and day out. We don't have enough money to feed our children. We don't have enough money to do things that's convenient to us, to take care of ourselves. We don't have enough money to provide shelter for our family. These curses are terrible, man. These are terrible curses. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe unto us that we have sinned. So we was the top nation in charge. We was running stuff. I can't remember the exact verse in Joshua. I think it's when they went into that city and they were hid. They were spies. And they said, the lady told them, man, all the nations are scared. Just paraphrasing it. But all the nations heard about what happened in Egypt and how you was smiting these countries, these nations. We terrified of you. That was our crown. We are the top nation, but it was stripped from us. For this our heart is faint, for these things our eyes are dim. Because of the mountain of Zion, which is desolate, the foxes walk upon it. The foxes are these other nations, and the mountain of Zion, we are the mountain of Zion. It's desolate now. It's over there getting trodden down by these rat bastards who are claiming to be us. Thou, O Lord, remainest forever, for thine throne from generation to generation. So the Lord is always going to be remaining. Even though generation going to pass away, he's always going to be the king. Wherefore do thou forgive us forever, and forsake us so long time. So we going through such hell and enmity. It's just like the Most High forgot about us, but he didn't. He's long suffering. He's waiting for us to get right. He's waiting for us to pull ourselves together until that time that he feels is ready for destruction to come, that we can be back on top. Turn thou us unto thee, O Lord, and we shall be turned. Renew our days of old. So, show us your face again, Most High. Allow us to be holy and righteous and be glorified in your name's sake. Turn us back into the days of old where we was men of renown, every single one of us, where we had righteous kings who didn't pervert the judgment and the righteousness that you put forth before us in that day. Bring us back to those days. But thou hast utterly rejected us. Thou art very wroth against us. So at the end of the day, Most High is pissed. He's pissed with us. He's going to continue to pour out that wrath of indignation upon us, man. He's going to continue to put us in hell and in situations we can't get out of without his help. So Lamentations is a really good book. If brothers, brethren haven't read it, I suggest that y'all take your time and read it. It's five chapters. Quick read. Read that in an hour. So we got to turn back to the Most High and put away these unrighteous doings that we have, every single one of us. Because no man walking this earth is righteous as we should be. So we got to put forth the effort day in and day out. Kill them old man. Present yourselves as living sacrifice unto the Lord. And put that work in. If brethren ain't out teaching, make videos, man, with the little bit of scriptures you have. Put them talents to use. Wake up, brethren and sisters. Don't be that slothful servant. Because as you read, we going through it right now. We are. This was during the time of Jeremiah. I can't remember the exact time frame, but man, this is not a good look, man. Once you read this, it's sorrow, man. It's bitter, and then you walk outside and see it, man. We hanging on the streets like bulls caught in the net, man. We are idle doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let's put forth the effort to wake our people up, man. I was talking to my brother on the phone yesterday. Us brothers who be out teaching, we pretty much babysitters for Israel until Yahushua come back. So if somebody's watching your kid, you want to be the best babysitter you could, man. So you're going to have to reprove and correct people according to the scriptures by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be held accountable for the knowledge you have and you didn't share, or the knowledge you did have and did share, or the knowledge you rejected to even understand, and the evil that you did share. So, you gotta really just sit down and meditate on these scriptures and understand what purpose your life has in this walk of faith. Because Lamentations 5, that's heavy as hell. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Much love to all Israel. I hope I didn't make this too long. Shalom.